What if I told you what we're about to go through will never happen in your history again? That our parents have never gone through this, our grandparents have never gone through this, anything this massive before. Would you believe me? Probably not, because you're following the narrative. My name is Coach JV. I call myself the top health and mindset coach in the world because what you believe in your heart, you think in your mind, will eventually become your words and become your reality. So I believe in my heart and my mind that I'm the top health and mindset coach in the world, and that's all that matters. It's my paradigm. But within my paradigm, I'm a coach of the 3T Warrior Academy. I'm the owner of the 3T Warrior Academy, 3T Warrior Labs, and a top podcast host, the Coach JV Podcast. But before you do anything, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and hit that notification button. I've been doing videos on a daily basis. Also, we have our TV show, our YouTube live show, 7:30 a.m. Tuesday and Thursday, where Kev, anytime, my business partner, and I go off and talk about life lessons that we've learned and some tactical things that you can do. So let's get right into it, guys. So what am I here to do? What is my reasoning behind this? Now, the good thing is that I have a background. My background is being a business owner. I lost everything about 15 years ago, completely hit rock bottom, built myself back up to an executive at a bank, a vice president, got my executive CBA certificate, CBA executive banking degree. Let's see what else. I got a 4-year degree. I have a lot of knowledge around banking, around economics, but my knowledge didn't really come from the deep banking that I was in. It came from education outside of that. Going deep and asking questions and reverse engineering everything and not following the narrative, but doing my own research to connect the dots. And so I'd highly recommend you watch some of my other videos, but one of my favorite people is Robert Kiyosaki. So Robert Kiyosaki, if you don't know him, is an amazing investor. He's an entrepreneur. He's a businessman. He's really big into gold and silver and assets, and he has a cool business model and a great book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I've read the book multiple times. I even have my daughter reading the book. It's about the rich dad and the poor dad. Now, the poor dad had a lot of money, but was still poor. The rich dad knew all about assets. And that's what I always talk about with me, my family, my kids, and my friends. But here's the thing. Don't trust a word I say. Don't take my advice for it. What I'm working to do is to open up your mind to an awareness so you can do your own research. You have this really cool thing you're sitting on right now called the computer that can be your biggest enemy or your biggest advocate. Now, by following the narrative, does that make 98% of the population rich or wealthy or leave generations of wealth to their family? Absolutely not. It's following what the billionaires do, not listening to what they say, but doing what they do. In the past videos, I talked about how Warren Buffett has pulled most of his stock out of most banks, increased his position 10% in Bank of America, and the reason why I think, personally, is because they're connected with Ripple, which is XRP, which is a bridge currency that I believe is going to take over the whole world. And then also he bought gold mines. He's going into gold. When he said in the recent past that he made fun of people who bought gold, right? But if a guy who's 90 and his business partner 91 can change their mind, shouldn't you be looking at changing your mind? I don't know. You be the judge. So we're going to watch a little bit of this Robert Kiyosaki video, and then I'll stop throughout it, and then I'm going to share my perspective. I'm just working to make the complex simple from Coach JV's perspective. Without further ado, Robert Kiyosaki.
The markets are in turmoil. Everything is shifting. And if you're not paying attention, you're going to get wiped out. This is about the greatest bubble. And for those of you with a 401k or hoping for retirement or planning on playing golf for the rest of your life, you better pay attention. Because I think, and a lot of other people think, and our guests think, the biggest stock market crash is on us now. So right now, when you look at the future, the baby boomers are old guys. They've had these, they're the first generation, I think, to have a 401k because we came off what's called defined benefit pension plan and went to a defined contribution, which is the 401k or IRA or SEPs. So the baby boomers for the first generation to be hanging with their butt out in the air right now.
Okay, so let's stop for just a moment. So those of you who are new to this type of stuff is that maybe you're not close to retirement, right? So the difference between the two is, for example, he's going to talk about Ford Motor Company. He used to give out a pension that no matter how the stock market did, you were always going to get paid based on the allotment of time you put in at the company. Now, the baby boomers, who are the first to go through this 401k plan, where it was what you put in, you get back, but it's tied to the stock market. And if you've been watching some of my videos or my TikToks or however you found me, I talk a lot about the gold going up, fiat currency going down in value, and what that's about to do to our stock market. We're about to go through the biggest stock market crash in history. So how was the stock market just recently up so high when our economy is doing so bad? When our GDP in second quarter came in at 32.9%, worse than the Great Depression? You be the judge.
And if the market crashes, they're gone. Whereas my parents' generation, the World War II generation, they had a defined benefit pension plan. That's like what Ford still gives out, I think. So if the market crashed, Ford still made sure you got a paycheck for life. So the baby boomers, you're screwed. Listen to this program now. And if you're the kid or child or grandkid of a baby boomer, you better listen up too, because you don't want grandpa and grandma moving in with you when they get wiped out in this next crash. So let me show you what's happening in the world economy today. You don't have to go to Harvard. You don't have to go to Oxford. This is called economics. It's called bubble economics. So what's happening in the world today, and this goes all over the world, every country is doing this right now. Rather than paying their bills, they print money. And the economy stays safe for a while, but then it goes down. So in 2000, it crashed.
So I'll stop for just a moment. I'm going to actually attach this video right down below for you to watch yourself. It's a great video. I'd highly recommend you follow this. Cooper Academy Investing, a great resource for a lot of different investment things. Robert Kiyosaki, type in Robert Kiyosaki, there's a lot of information. Let me explain what he's about to talk about, a bubble economy, right? So in 2000, the stock market crashed. Well, instead of paying off the debt, they just started printing more and more money. Well, how do they print money? It's not attached to anything. In 1971, we detached from the gold standard. That's what President Nixon did. So when we detached from the gold standard, they just gave the Federal Reserve right just to print money, print money, print money, print money. Well, in 2000, the stock market crashed dramatically, and they kept printing money, which they could buy back into the stock market, inflating the stock market, right? Who controls the stock market? The richest people in the world. So why was the stock market just recently at an all-time high in the worst economic times? Think about it. Who's printing the money? Who's inflating the stock market? And who's going to crash the stock market? In 2008, we had one of the biggest housing bubbles in America. Came crashing down like a plane with no engine, right? What happened? Print money, stimulate, print money, stimulate, print money, stimulate, print money, stimulate. Whew. We go up. And then, boom, here comes the pandemic, the C word, right? Then what happens is we start printing stimulus checks, and we're going to get more stimulus checks. So when you have an economy who has more debt than they do GDP, gross domestic products, we're at 32.9% down in gross domestic product. We have less goods and services in the United States than we do debt. So if we sold all the goods and services in the United States, just make it very simple, make the complex simple. If we sold all the goods and services in the United States, we could not pay off our debt. We're around 109% debt to income ratio if you want to look at it that way. I'm trying to explain it in simplistic terms. So if America walked into a car dealership, we would be declined for a loan. And what he's explaining here is bubble economics. Well, if you have a 401k and it's attached to the stock market, what does that mean for your 401k? What does that mean for your 401k? So why are gold prices going up right now as fiat currency goes down? Well, when fiat currency goes down and there's less trust in the actual currency, assets go up, right? Gold prices are going to continue to go up. And so people are moving into assets. That's what the billionaires are doing right now. They're not sitting there playing or hedging against the stock market. They're moving into assets. That's why Warren Buffett is moving into gold. Tim Draper, look up Tim Draper, one of the billionaire investors, top investors in the world, says, start telling your family about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. Paraphrasing, look up Tim Draper, cryptocurrency. These are things I just want to open your awareness to. Now, why would Coach JV, a health and mindset coach, be talking about this? Because I'm working to build generational wealth for my family. And this is a warrior academy. We're teaching people to think outside the box, to open up your mind to a new awareness. That's how you protect your family. You don't follow the narrative of the 98%. You think differently. When they're going this way, we look this way, and we reverse engineer back to see how we can be on the other end. Because warriors, when you can look at the other end and you can be on the investment side of it, you can take care of your family for generation after generation after generation. And I'm just going to tell you, warriors, within the next 6 months, you're going to see the biggest shift in generational wealth. You're going to see the biggest, mark my word, come back to this video, you're going to see the biggest changes ever in America. The biggest decisions in healthcare, financial, and I predict we're moving to a new quantum financial system where everything's going to be right here on your phone. No debit cards, no credit cards. Mark my word, within the next 10 years, we're going to be in a new quantum financial system. How you do business, how you operate, how you walk, how you talk, how you think, how you communicate is all going to be different. Think about that, warriors. So are you just going to sit back and be a warrior or be a warrior? So knowledge is only power unless you activate on it. But like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is just getting me to open up your awareness to a new paradigm to allow you to make decisions to do your own research. Always do your own research. You have this computer or phone that you own, and you can use that, warriors, to help yourself find a whole new world. So my name is Coach JV. I am the top health and mindset coach in the world. What you believe in your heart, you think in your mind, will eventually become your words and become your reality. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, leave a comment below. Is there anything you would like me to research and hear about? Don't forget to hit the notification button, and we'll see you on the other side.